Hello everyone, welcome back to Healing from Toxic. Today I want to talk about 5 ways that abusive people, that toxic people try to trap others in a relationship. If you have been in a toxic relationship, in an abusive relationship, you were probably trapped by your significant other, by your ex, using one of these 5 things and you didn't even realize that they were using this to trap you. One of the things that abusive people like to do is that they like to rush things. So there are 3 things that an abusive person, that a toxic person is going to want to do very quickly. They are going to, 1, want to move in with you, or for you to move in with them. They're going to want to move in together quickly. And of course, this is because they're going to have more control over you. And also because you guys may sign a lease together. You may sign a contract, an agreement, a mortgage, whatever it may be. It gives them more control over you, okay? So that is a trap, especially if you're moving in with them and you don't have a place, okay? It gives them that control factor that they're gonna want, okay? Another thing that a toxic or abusive person may want to do really quickly is get married. They may want to marry you, if not marriage, engagement, but especially marriage. Once you are married, you are committed. If you're loyal, they know that you're going to work really hard to keep the relationship going. You're not going to want to get a divorce. So once they marry you, they know that they have more control of you, and you're going to be more willing to do the things that they ask of you, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, a lot of abusers, if they don't get married, if they don't get you to move in with them, they may want to get you pregnant. And if she's a woman, she is going to get pregnant by you. Why? Because when you have a child with somebody, once again, you are more likely to want to keep the family together. You're more likely to stick around, put up with the abuse. You're more likely to be victimized by this person because you want to make it work. You have children with this person, so you're willing to do a lot of things. You're willing to deal with a lot just so that you can stay with this person for the sake of the children. I see that happen a lot. I've been there myself, so I know all about that. Another thing that abusive and toxic people may want to do in order to trap you into a relationship is that they would want you to be dependent on them, financially especially. So they may tell you, I'm going to take care of you, you don't have to work, I got you, so that you don't have money, so that you don't have a way to escape. So that's a major thing. If you are financially dependent on your abuser, it is going to be very, very difficult for you to leave because you're going to need resources. If you're living with them, you're going to, it's just very difficult to get out of those relationships. I'm not saying it's, impossible, but it's definitely a trap, okay? Number 5 is a psychological trap, and this is one of the most dangerous one. All of the other ones are, but I think psychological traps are a little bit more difficult to even notice, okay? Narcs do this a lot. An example of a psychological trap is when your abuser leads you to believe that you are so fat, you are so overweight and disgusting, nobody is going to want you. You're disgusting, you're ugly, you are so unattractive, nobody's gonna want to deal with you. Look at your stretch marks. Your stretch marks are so nasty. You are repulsive. A lot of these men, and women do it too now. Women, I'm just giving you an example, because I've heard these things before. Not towards me, thank God, but I know that a lot of, abusive men will say this to women. If it's not about your looks, it's about your lack of motivation, or they'll come up with things. I'm just giving an example here, just to make you understand. They will make you believe that there's something wrong with you. It could be whatever. It could be physical, it could be emotional, it can be financial. You're broke, nobody's gonna want you, you're useless. Intellectual, they can tell you that, you know, you're so stupid, you're so dumb, no one's gonna want to deal with you, you're just a very dumb person. They can psychologically make you believe that you are not a lovable person, that you are a disgusting person, that you are not attractive at all, and no one's going to want you. So once you believe that, I mean, these people will work on that for a very long time until you begin to believe it, and you'll act like you believe it, because psychological abuse, it's very difficult to understand when you have not experienced it. But if you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it starts off really slow. They don't just pop up one day and tell you you're disgusting. It's a very slow process until one day you wake up and you say to yourself, I'm not worthy. And you don't feel like you're worthy, and you don't act like it, and you don't look like it, okay? So once you think so little of yourself, you are psychologically trapped. You are psychologically in a box, and you're trapped in that relationship because you really believe that there's no one out there who's going to want you. So that is a major trap that a lot of people, unfortunately, don't see when they're in it. And, you know, years later, they'll recognize, well, this person really messed my head up, okay? So never, ever underestimate the power of psychological abuse. It is very real. The other ones are easier to see, but this one, it's more difficult to see, but it's a very, very real thing. If you have already been through narcissistic abuse, take your time. Take your time, keep your antennas up, okay? I'm not saying to be paranoid. I don't want anybody to be paranoid, okay? But just watch out for these signs, because these are things that toxic and abusive people like to do, to trap you, to get you to stay still and do as they say, because you feel trapped, because it keeps you under their control for a longer time, okay? So I don't want to make this video an hour video like I did last time. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. I will never do an hour video, but there are certain topics that just get me going. And twin flames, soul ties, and all that good stuff is one of those, okay? So I promise I will never do a video that long, okay? This video will be edited, and it will probably be less than 10 minutes, okay? Because I like it nice and short. Okay, my loves, that was my video for this week. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.